Peel starting his over. Second is Cynthia, 68-64. On Stamets. Peel, 2.
All right, thank you for staying with us, and it's time for us to move on Sports Tonight. We were discussing managerial situations around the league, coaches who are available, those who are moving, and before we went on that break. We were talking on Enyimba before we took that break, and Onye was maybe telling us some things that we do not know about Enyimba not being on the list of clubs without a manager. And Toby, it's not official. I don't know whether anybody are looking for a coach or not. It's all media speculation, but maybe Onye knows a few things that we do not know about.
You know, I really disagree with him. You know, for how many days now, Enyimba hasn't made any statement about Paul. You know, still obvious Paul still intact. You know, I spoke Paul. You know. And he said,
you had an interview with him and he says there's no vacancy.
There's no vacancy. Is
it in the position of an employee?
No. However, Enyimba are yet to make any statement on Paul.
No, but those who are...
We all know how these clubs...
No, if Enyimba are going to...
Enyimba is a professional club.
Yes.
If they want to disengage Paul...
By now, we should be seeing a sign.
There is no hard and fast rule about engaging coaches or players. You can wake up tomorrow morning
and terminate the contract.
And they have announced a coach. It's as simple as that.
How many years deal did they sign? Did Paul Lagbo sign? 1 year?
It should be 1 year.
If it was a 1 year deal, then the deal will have expired and we're waiting for renewal or not. That's a different situation.
We know the pedigree of Enyimba.
That they always fire.
They always fire.
Even when you win titles, they fire you.
Won the Federation Cup last season and he left. You know. So this man, as far as Enyimba's standards, he has not performed.
Yeah.
I think he cannot won the league one year.
He won the league and
the next season they fired him.
I think Salisu also at some point won the FA Cup. But like you said, standard. Also, they might also look at the situation of this season. Like Tony said, a big fact they didn't play in about this season. So maybe they might pardon Paul.
What of?
But also agree.
What of the abysmal?
You also agree with the fact that no Nigerian team has been in the group stage of the CAF Champions League or CAF
and it was able to achieve it.
4 seasons, and was able to achieve it
by Enyimba standard, not Nigerian standard. By Enyimba standard.
I agree with you, but the
players
Enyimba doesn't win almost every time.
The players have been abysmal. What happened to Babaganaru? He knew that he has disappointed. He didn't deliver the mandate that he was given. And he left before. No, he left before he was asked to leave.
Paul still interviewed because Paul in his interview said they had discussion with the management and the manager said.
Apart from that, Babaganaru's situation is completely different. There were no distractions of continental football. Yep. They were playing in Kano. They didn't lack any money. Let me make my point.
You signed a contract with a club that will play on the continent. Five for the Federation Cup.
Let me make my
5 for the league title. So you knew what you were going to before you signed the contract.
Let me make my point. But they just lost out in the semi-finals of the Federation Cup. They pushed up to the semi-finals, group stage of CAF Champions League, and of course the fact that they didn't play in Aba. They moved from Mumma here, then moved to unsettled for most of the season. These are factors that,
in my opinion, that they did not even win any title. For me, it's not an issue. But the way they played, I've watched a couple of the games. You know, we saw the game in Abeokuta. It was not the vintage Enyimba. If you are going to lose, we know that you have done your best in these games. But
lose honorably.
They didn't come to the party at all. And who takes the blame? It's the coach that takes the blame.
Okay. Well, talk to us about it. What do you think about the Enyimba situation? Has Paul Agbogun done enough to keep the job for one more season at least, or you think Enyimba should just look for someone new entirely to push for next season? They have to push because they're not going to be playing any continental football next season, and so they have to focus on the league and try to get something out of it. Let's step down from the NPFL, Nigeria Professional Football League, and talk about the Nigeria National League. Today, a major step was taken by the NNL in trying to end the season. Remember, 3 out of the 4 divisions have concluded. We are waiting for Division 2B. And then we had 11 minutes in Abuja. Guys, 11 minutes in Abuja.
Yep.
Let me tell you about the 2 games. The NFF Organizing Disciplinary Committee ordered that Kwara United and FC Taraba should replay. There were allegations that there were some unfavorable things about that game, and so they ordered a replay. And the result has gone
on a neutral ground.
On a neutral ground, and the result has gone exactly the way it was the first time.
It was actually another team that protested that
on the behalf of these two teams.
That there was an accord between
these two teams. And now they've done it, and Taraba won in Abuja. So Taraba have survived.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Kwara United already safe.
Yep.
Will have to fight next season. So Taraba have survived. They'll be playing in the NNL next season. Yep. But the other game is the one that was high profile.
Yeah.
A lot was involved in it. You think it was probably a World Cup qualifying game. But 11 minutes of football in Abuja, they were still able to get that penalty that gave them that goal. ABS. A lot of arguments about whether it was a good penalty or not. I've not been able to sit down. We'll try and get the highlights of that game tomorrow. And I don't want to comment about what I've not seen. Some were saying that the penalty was not a good penalty. Some said it was a 50-50, could have been given, may not have been given. But the bottom line is that ABS have won that game, and now all they need to win promotion to the NPFL next season is to beat Gateway in Ilorin on Sunday. I'm told Division 2B is ending now on Sunday.
Yeah, I think so much intrigue.
Can there still be some
so much intrigue, so much drama, and Gateway will also fancy their chances. Let's not, rule them out. They can go to Ilorin too and do something.
Interestingly,
but
Gateway and ABS have the same number of points.
They have the same number of points. I think ABS now have their destiny. Like you said, they just need 3 points. But would they be able to get that 3 points is the big question.
Against Gateway and Ilorin?
Against Gateway and Ilorin.
I don't think it will come easy for them.
It looks like the easiest part of the deal to beat Gateway at home for ABS.
Yeah, it might be easy on paper, but
Crown will have to do the same in Benin
away from home. So
against Insurance.
So it looks very difficult.
Very tough.
Bayelsa United also Atete, so also ABS needs to be very careful. I don't think it will come easy for them. I don't think ABS also have a good record against Gateway. I've seen their record. I think ABS had a bit of head-to-head records ahead of ABS. So a lot of things come into this one. They need to play with their heart. They need to get it very, very right because Gateway FC, they haven't played in the NPFL for a couple of years now, and they really want to get back. And they understood if they get to win, that will take them above ABS on the log, and they will get promotion. So it's going to be a big game. And like we said here on Monday, it is a game we need to keep our eyes on. The NFF need to keep their eyes on.
That's the point.
We need top-notch referee.
That's
also
the point.
The referee also need to give their best. So let the team that merit to get promoted seal the ticket.
There's little we can say now. We're now down to the final round of games in Division B2, and the NNL season has been very, very problematic. This is the final one. The NFF should make sure we get it right on Sunday. No issues of abandoned games, no issues of match fixing, no issues of violence. Let us end it well. It's been a very long and tricky season in the NNL, this Division 2B particularly, but we can end it well. Yeah. And the NFF have a role to play in that.
Yeah, they need to monitor all the games, very crucial games, and I think we don't need to allow things to degenerate to this level. If the organizing body, unfortunately, there is none on ground.
There's no board.
There's no board.
But they have a caretaker board.
Yeah, they have a caretaker board. If they have done, their statutory responsibility on time, I think things wouldn't have, reached this level. Monitor the officials you have appointed. Get top quality referees. There is so much at stake. Teams want to gain promotion. They want to come back to the Premier League, and you cannot just sit down and think that things will just move smoothly without putting organizational structures in place. So I think for whoever in charge, we must start this is a big lesson. Next season, we must put certain things right. Get up, like Toby said, the quality of the officiating must be, very, very high, so that teams will not abandon games. While we do not preach, advocate that for abandonment of games, but it's the officiating that makes these teams to abandon this game. There are some, mind-blowing officiating to it. That's why
criminal.
Some referees are beating black and blue.
But there's no justification for picking up referees.
Yes.
But we know what the challenges are with officiating, and I think we should be telling ourselves the truth that has got to improve around our football. Let's come to Lagos now very quickly. The playoffs are ongoing. The Super 8 for the Nigeria Nationwide League, and the Nationwide League have done so well. I mean, this is the grassroots league, so to say. A lot of clubs here, and we had day 2 results. My people were 3-1 winners over Bida Lions. Bida Lions have lost 2 games on the bounce now. Yep. And then AS Racine and FRSC played out a 1-1 draw. FRSC have played their 2nd consecutive draw in that game. Yep. AS Racine playing their 1st game of the competition. So day 2 tomorrow, Racine will play Imba Fidas, and then the big game will be Papilo FC. That's a club owned by Nwankwo Kanu. By the way, Nwankwo Kanu lost his mom, and we want to wish him, commiserate with him using this platform. His team is doing well. They are going to be playing NNL next season, but tomorrow they play my people in the playoffs. All right, so that's it. Anoye already predicted week 2 of the NNL season in Owerri.
The Imo
Derby.
Must emphasize it.
Imo Derby. I spoke to Kano Nwankwo that his team will be playing Imo Derby next season. I said yes, we'll be ready for it. All right, so those are the results from day 2, and tomorrow we'll talk more about the nationwide league. Guys, let's go to South Africa very quickly. Bruno Diokonta wants us to talk about Mamelodi Sundowns. They are champions. Interesting story. But Onye, the chairman of the club, Patrice Motsepe, says all the prize money for winning the CAF Champions League should be shared among all the players.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And then the sports minister in South Africa, Fikile Mbalula, also gave them a check of 700,000 rands.
Yeah.
And he said all the players, both playing and not playing, should share it. Very instructive.
Well, Tony, I don't know what to say before you accuse me of, but these are...
The circumstances are different. South Africa...
They are different, but we can do better, honestly. When players do so well, they win laurels, they bring glory to the country, they need to be rewarded. And the South Africans are showing that. They came out in their large numbers to welcome their heroes, and officials are matching words with action. You can imagine winning a tournament and all the prize money goes to the players. Apart from getting their salaries and bonuses
for winning,
they also get additional incentives. So I think it's huge.
From the sports ministry?
Yeah, and from the sports ministry too.
Well, we are grappling with money for table tennis players to travel here.
But Nigeria's sports ministry also want to host Rangers.
No, they want the president to
come from the sports ministry to the presidency.
No, it's not that they're giving Rangers money.
No, the idea is cooking.
It's just to make sure that they are able to see Mr. President. But Toby,
you don't need to host before you give people money. They came to the airport and they announced, and it was given almost immediately.
But the way you are throwing and painting, they say this doesn't happen in Nigeria. Government also do this. They host teams after winning, clubs and
the sports ministry will give. No, but the year Imba won the CAF Champions League, they were able to meet Mr. President, and there were rewards announced for them.
Even teams winning domestically, you see them getting cars, getting houses for winning. So I mean, I really respect.
Victory has a lot of fathers,
a lot of friends, a lot of fathers. But the way Onye was painting as if it doesn't happen here.
It can happen also.
There are how many? Because and Dolphins.
Because they are not winning.
Because they are not winning. If they get to win, it's not necessary you give them. It's not necessary you give them the prize money to share. There are a lot of things the government do, or those who own the club also give to the players after winning, apart from their bonuses and their salaries. Maybe a good idea now is don't bother the government. Just give them the prize.
The instructive thing here is that after paying what they are contractually entitled to, they are now giving them so much.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
agree,
but here the gifts are just additional because they have not even fulfilled the contractual agreements.
Let me end the discussion. But the thing is that success has many fathers, and,
Yes.
and all we are saying here is to encourage Rangers. Nobody gave Rangers a chance of winning the league after 32 years. Just like nobody is thinking about Rangers and the possibility of winning the CAF Champions League. But we have a few lessons that we can look at. Rangers lost to CS Sfaxien in the boardroom. Rangers beat them on the pitch.
Yep.
Rangers lost to them in the boardroom. CS Sfaxien went all the way to winning the CAF Confederations Cup. So sometimes the difference can be very, very small. How you organize yourself, how you plan your travels, how you study your opponents and give everything that you have. And we believe that Rangers, now that the Mama has signed a deal to stay for the next 2 years, they can begin to dream.
Also Rivers United.
Rivers United.
Who have a manager that's been on the continent a couple of times.
And Rivers United also said, I should tell you, that their trip to Madrid is a welcome development and they are looking forward to it.
Okay.
And you said that the trip was not going to yield any result.
They should camp in Africa.
No, they are going to Madrid.
Okay.
Let's go on a break now. We'll come back and then be able to wrap up Sports Tonight. Join us again.